At last, the 2021 Honda CRF450 is here. Honda goes through a major motorcycle change every 4 years. Right here's a little footage of Justin Brayton and the man, number 94, Ken Roxon, showing how well the 2020 CRF450 worked. 2021 Works Edition shown here. We're going to go ahead and dive into this video. We're going to go ahead and show you all the newest tweaks, new chassis components, and all the goodies this thing has to offer. So if you're new to my channel, you like what you see, scroll down below, click that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified when my latest and greatest video uploads. All right, with that being said, let's get into it. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this. Right here, you can see all new bodywork, complete new chassis. This includes the main frame and the subframe, along with a slightly narrower rear swing arm. They were able to knock about 1.5 pounds off the frame itself. A completely new rear design subframe to shave weight, and also to fit the new airbox system along with the single-sided exhaust system. Also, it's really new and exciting. They've dumped the exhaust port straight out the front of the motor, and when you put the motor inside the frame, you can see they've raised the actual frame bridge up in order for the exhaust to just dump straight out of the front of the motor instead of having to wrap around the frame. This is a nice, easy, clean fit, also extra performance. Right here you can see how they changed the exhaust port so it's just a straight on flow. You know, when you don't get any restrictions like that, you get more horsepower. And also it's an oval shape exhaust instead of a round exhaust, which also increases flow, which increases horsepower. And of course they went to the single-sided rear exhaust. And Honda's always been kind of funny about running the dual exhaust. You know, they claim that better balances the bike. Also gives you the same exact feel on the number plates on the left and right side. In my cases, some people like it, some people don't. But right here you can see the overlay. The 2021 is going to be tighter. It actually saved, I think, 2.5 pounds by dropping the second exhaust system. Other things they've changed inside the motor is the auto decompression system. You see it here on the right. That was the 2020s. Right here, they moved it over to the left as the 2021s. These things run on a little spring and a pin. And for some reason, on the older ones, I found that pin just to drop down and kind of get lost on the bottom of the motor, which in turn makes big problems. So I really think that'll help the overall reliability of that auto decompression system. Another super trick feature is all the other manufacturers kind of went this way. They decided to go with a hydraulic clutch, and this of course is made by Nissan. It's been the older generations of Honda seem to have a weak clutch, so what they decided to do is go ahead and stick an 8th plate in this clutch pack, also stiffen the springs. So with the actual cable system, it made the pull for your average everyday rider a little tough. So they went ahead, I thought it was a great idea to go ahead and throw that hydraulic clutch system on the bike. Also, another improvement is the air box. You can see right here the air filter is actually facing down. This eliminates, you know, from dust and dirt, mud, debris, or anything settling on top of the filter. Also, they've increased the overall air filter capacity. The air box goes from 1.8 liters to 4.1. Definitely a significant increase on airflow there. Also, you can see that this is a side access filter. If you guys rode the KTMs, it's really similar to that. Also, fuel injector location has been changed. The actual positioning went from the 30 degrees to a 60 degree spray, and their reasoning behind this is the actual air fuel mixture is going to be a little bit cooler, therefore produce more horsepower along with a snappier throttle response. They also changed the fuel pump for this year. They were able to minimize the size a little bit. They were able to shave off 120 grams. Also, they changed the 6 bolts to a 4 bolt to be able to access it, so a little bit easier to work on. Right here you can see they've changed the whole body panel, all now one piece from the side number plate all to the front radiator shrouds, which is actually a really thin, but it's a nice piece, easy access, and you can see it's only held on by these 4 bolts. Also new for this year is the way they mounted the seat. Right here you can see in the 2020 version they mounted towards the rear using these anchor bolts. Right here you can see for the 2021 version they moved the anchor mount bolts to the front and the actual seat stays slide back. So when you're seat bouncing, it puts all the pressure of the seat on those seat stays instead of the bolts. We also have a new handlebar mounted launch control system and engine management system all built into one. You see with the 3 buttons here, you've got 3 engine curves that you can run and also 3 different type of launch modes. Also, they've changed the fork. They've extended the fork tube an additional 5mm. I know most guys are running these things flush in the triple clamps to give you a little bit more rigidity. The Honda tends to run kind of like a stink bug, especially for high-speed outdoor motocross stuff. You kind of want to get that chopper effect. This improvement will definitely help out. They've also lost a little bit of weight in the rear shock spring. This is a new design. It is still a steel spring, not aluminum or titanium. There is all new valving in the rear shock as well, and they've also changed the geometry on the suspension linkage. Also new for 2021, we're running a shorter wheelbase, shorter by 1mm. The rake is also about a half a degree steeper. The trail has been reduced by 2mm, and the swing arm angle has also been increased, along with the ground clearance increased with the revised geometry of the rear shock linkage. Another thing I wanted to point out here is if you look at the brake and clutch cable, they are routed behind the handlebar and behind the front triple clamp, kind of like a KTM style. This makes the cable shorter and saves weight. Already another video. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys learned something from it. Hopefully this helps you determine on which manufacturer you're going to go with on a new dirt bike purchase. Honestly, I don't think you could go wrong with any of the major manufacturers. All these bikes are super competitive. I think what you need to do is get out there, and if a test ride is available, make sure you jump at the chance to do that. I am definitely looking forward to swinging my leg over on one of these. I haven't got a chance to ride one. Make sure you stay tuned because I will be going through all the different manufacturers and different models. So if you like what you see, make sure you scroll down, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I release my next video. Also, make sure to leave me some comments on which manufacturer you guys are shooting for. Thanks again for watching. I'm Chris with Chris's Tech Tips, and we'll catch you in the next one.